I got it. Sad day in the community. We got a BSO deputy. BSO deputy is accused of soliciting a 17-year-old girl. This in Florida, my state. Stay in your ground state. Must bitch go home state. Please don't run up. We're in fit for our life stay. Yes, the Broward Sheriff's Office.
The Broward Sheriff's Office arresting one of their own, charging a deputy with trying to solicit sex from a minor. The arrest shocking the department and the sheriff, who spoke just a short time ago. Local 10's Ian Marble is live with reaction. Ian.
We learned this deputy's been with BSO for 6 years and that he met this victim while he was on duty and responding to a domestic violence incident.
Not on duty. Damn it. Didn't they tell you that? Oh.
This here is one of the most grotesque and deliberate attempts to really abuse a minor in our community.
Call it grotesque.
Broward's top cop not mincing his words after one of his deputies was arrested for allegedly trying to solicit sex from a teenage girl he met while on duty.
To read this affidavit, this arrest warrant, and talk to our investigators and see a lot of deliberate efforts to be nothing more than a sexual predator is an insult to this agency, it's an insult to this profession, and it's an insult to everybody who ever served in this capacity.
Deputy Jemiah Thomas was taken into custody Tuesday.
Jemiah, you in Florida, pimp.
And has been with BSO for 6 years, working out of the Pompano Beach District. Sheriff Gregory Toney says the 35-year-old deputy met the teen while responding to a domestic violence call in mid-September. The two exchanged numbers, and over about a month, their texts allegedly became inappropriate. On October 14th, the victim's father alerted BSO to what was going on, so detectives began posing as the girl and continued those conversations.
Throughout that texting and communicating, there had been strategic efforts to plan and meet with the minor, sexual communications, pictures being sent while on duty.
Thomas's parents, who were in court to support him on Tuesday, told us they had nothing to say. We also got a statement from the president of the BSO Deputies Union, who said in part, quote, "The alleged charges, if true, are extremely concerning and unacceptable. The facts of the investigation will come out in court, where ultimately a jury of Thomas's peers will review the evidence and make a determination of guilt or innocence." So apparently this all came to a head yesterday. Thomas went to Lauderdale Lakes, got to a hotel thinking he was going to meet with that teen, but that teen, who was really the detectives posing as the teen, canceled on him at the last minute. Then he was arrested this morning by BSO deputies. He will be back in court, the judge deciding if he will get a bond tomorrow afternoon. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. Live at BSO headquarters, I'm Ian.
Run it back, pimp. We can't let it go. We can't let it go. Listen, the state of Florida is 18. It's 18 out here in these streets, man. You got to be 18. Now, how many of y'all like really upset?
Trying to solicit sex from a minor.
Trying to solicit sex from a minor, which is minus 17 years old.
The arrest shocking the department and the sheriff.
Let me tell you how. Let me show you how, again, we play too much. Because of what we was taught, and we follow other people's morals, we think a certain way. Watch this.
Who spoke just a short time ago. Local 10's Ian Marble is live with reaction.
Come on with the reaction. Say it.
We learned this deputy's been with BSO for 6 years and that he met this victim while he was on duty and responding to a domestic violence incident.
He responded to a domestic violence incident. I wonder who the domestic violence incident involved. Was it with her, the 17-year-old, or was it with her family and friends, parents or something?
This here is one of the most grotesque.
This is one of the most grotesque. The term he used right there, the grotesque, because a 35-year-old police officer is trying to get with a 17-year-old. He called it grotesque. I don't know why he would use that word, or I guess he tried to use like the worst word, like in like the dictionary, to make you feel like it was that serious. What y'all to understand is, it's grotesque today, right? Let's say that this 17-year-old birthday is tomorrow. It's grotesque that he tried to holler at a 17-year-old today. Tomorrow, that 17-year-old is 18. Would it still be grotesque tomorrow? Or is it just because it's today? Say, Willie, she's old and she probably in the age of consent. She can't. Oh, she can't, because we have a thing called a Romeo and Juliet law. She can do the 4-year thing. But the 4-year thing is only 14 to 18. Which, watch this. She can even have a 19-year-old. If I'm not mistaken, she can have a 20-year-old too. But it's grotesque that he tried to get with a 17-year-old. I just don't float with like the words and stuff like that. Is it wrong? Obviously, because the laws tell you that it's wrong. I get it, but do like we really feel like it's wrong? I don't really think so. We just be talking. We be talking. This is just, okay. It's a difference. Let's say 11 or 12 years old. All right, this is grotesque. This is, oh my God, I can't believe. 17? We got 17-year-old mamas. We got 17-year-old streetwalkers. We have 17-year prostitutes. And if you're in the right state, you will not be held accountable as a prostitute. We have minors who is not even 17 years old that can tell you who they are and have double mastectomies. But he called this grotesque. And society would listen to the words and be like, yes, that's grotesque. Is it really, though? Is that really grotesque? Or is it just wrong? I guess it could be both. But to use that definition, that terminology, makes you like, oh my God, like he done cut his chest cavity open and pulled the guts out. Oh my God, that was grotesque. That's kind of like what it sounds like to me when he's using the grotesque thing. We got 14-year-olds can change their damn genders out here in these streets and have surgery, but hollered at a 17-year-old who can become a parent, who is knocking on the 18-year door. That's grotesque. Go ahead.
And deliberate attempts to really abuse a minor in our community.
Really deliberately attempt to abuse a minor. What kind of abuse are we talking about? Talking about physical abuse or something like that right now? Because let me explain something that a whole bunch of people is afraid to even say out loud. 17-year-olds like adults too. 16-year-olds like adults too. 15-year-olds like adults too. But let's just stick to the 17-year-olds like adults also. And how the 17-year-olds be getting hunched by adults? Because they decide to hunch the adults. These adults don't have to force them. They do not have to force them. But Willie is wrong. In your eyes is wrong. And by law is wrong. But to that 17-year-old who decide to smash an adult, it ain't wrong to them. Just saying. But deliberately abuse a child. Okay.
Ford's top cop not mincing his words after one of his deputies.
So, which is strange because a 17-year-old can produce a child. That means a 17-year-old can consent to hunch. She can consent to have sex with another human being. But if the human being is just older, then it's just abuse. I just be wanting people just to think out all across the board. And the words that we use to describe a whole bunch of things out here. And again, I still have to repeat, yes, it's wrong. It's against the law. Got it. That's not even an argument. But I be damned if I don't think it through. You ain't got to think it through because you just go with the flow. Just like they tell you that one group has only done damage to the other group. I'm talking about them folks overseas, but I'm going to leave it like that.
He was arrested.
You believe that too, huh?
For allegedly trying to solicit sex from a teenage girl he met while on duty.
To read this affidavit.
And because he met her on duty. I thought I thought women like uniform.
This arrest warrant and talk to our investigators and see a lot of deliberate efforts to be nothing more than a sexual predator is an insult to this agency, it's an insult to this profession, and it's an insult to everybody who ever served in this capacity.
Say, Willie, as long as we have old people, we gonna have young hate.
Deputy Jemiah Thomas was taken into custody Tuesday and has been with BSO for 6 years, working out of the Pompano Beach District. Sheriff Gregory Toney says the 35-year-old deputy met the teen while responding to a domestic violence call in mid-September. The two exchanged numbers, and over about a month, the texts allegedly became inappropriate. On October 14th,
The text became, whoa, slow me down. Bag it up. Can't let it go.
for about a month, the texts allegedly became
About a month?
inappropriate. Over about a month,
Back it up.
deputy met the teen while responding to a domestic violence call in mid-September.
Okay.
The two exchanged numbers, and over about a month, the texts allegedly became inappropriate.
Stop. Didn't I just have done told y'all that we gonna act like a 17-year-old don't wanna hunch adults? Ooh, did she tell him she was 18? See what I'm saying? We don't even know that. But watch this though. The text lasted for over a month. Why would the text last for over a month if that 17-year-old don't want to deal with that adult? We gonna play like we stupid though, right? But all right, I'm gonna let y'all continue to feel how you want to feel, think how you want to think.
While responding
All
to a
right.
domestic violence call in mid-September, the two exchanged numbers, and over about a month,
The two exchange numbers, so it's also kind of telling me, well, either she was in a domestic love, a domestic situation, and or her parents was in a domestic love, a domestic situation.
the texts allegedly became inappropriate.
They became inappropriate.
On October 14th, the victim's father alerted BSO to a
October 14th. So from September to October 14th, then the daddy alerted the police. Did the 17-year-old tell the daddy what was going on? Or did the daddy see the text in his daughter's phone? Huh? We don't never want to break it down like that because we don't want to seem as if we are maps for having that thought. And I'm just here to tell you, you better have the thought. You need to have the thought. Think stuff through. Don't let things have you so pent down in your brain, but this is just what it is. Yeah. That's cute, but you can think it from the other side also.
was going on, so detectives began posing as the girl and continued those conversations.
Shout out to James for the $15 cash app. Man, I appreciate that right there. Sure enough, do.
Throughout that texting and communicating, there had been strategic efforts to plan and meet with the minor, sexual communications, pictures being sent while on duty.
Thomas's parents
Pictures being sent while on duty. Question though, was he sending pictures before the daddy alerted the police about it? Hell, did she send pictures before the daddy got the phone and alerted police about it? Come on now.
who were in court to support him on Tuesday told us they had nothing to say.
We got to get our bodies together. Oh, we got to get our bodies together. Everybody right in this picture, we got to tighten up. We need to work out. This stuff is becoming ridiculous. We dying. You get mad at me, you fat shame. We dying. We dying or we're living with critical illnesses. But go ahead.
We also got a statement from the president of the BSO Deputies Union, who said in part, quote, "The alleged charges, if true, are extremely concerning and unacceptable. The facts of the investigation will come out in court, where ultimately a jury of Thomas's peers will review the evidence and make a determination of guilt or innocence."
Damn, they got to play.
So apparently this all came to a head yesterday. Thomas went to Lauderdale Lakes,
got to a hotel thinking he was going to meet with that teen.
He said, my son said the same thing. He said, oh, some big babies. I'm trying to tell you, man.
But that teen, who was really the detectives posing as the teen, canceled on him at the last minute. Then he was arrested this morning by BSO deputies.
6 years on the job, and he was, I think, 35 years old, or 36 years old, 6 years on the job. So another 14, he could have went on head on and I guess got the full retirement at the age of 50. He could have retired at the age of 50 and still been like feeling young out here. You just gave all that right there up instead of waiting one more mango season. I just want that's a Florida thing. One more mango. Say, girl, how old you is? 17. You got one more mango season, baby. I'm gonna get at you. And then you got the oil, and we can think about this right here. So, if we ask a young girl how old you are and she says that she's a minor, does that take away that you was interested in that minor before you knew it was a minor? Because in order for us to be able to have that same one more mango season, 2 more mango seasons, are we just saying that because it would just be another legal female? Or are we saying it because we are attracted to what we're seeing now and we don't know the age until they let us know the age? Is it just me? I just thought of that right there. If we had to say one more mango season, two more mango seasons, and we had to ask the girl how old she was, then that does mean that we was attracted to the girl. Because if that time she would have said that she was 18 in Florida, she would have got smashed. Just thinking it through. A lot of us was out there. Ooh, oh, that baby got one more mango season. Ooh. That means we was attracted to what we saw. You ain't got to believe me. Just pointing out something. Moving right along. Listen to all of my law enforcement that wait another mango season or 2. It's the only advice I got for you. Moving right along.